Washington, D.C., welcome to the swimming pool. Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows or sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So Washington, D.C., welcome to the swimming pool. We're going to take a look at a listing in Washington, D.C. and see how they're behaving over there. Because I found it, I don't know, recently I just thought it was interesting because we're seeing what's happening with Doge and all these new government agencies that are going to be targeting to trim the fat in Washington, right? Because there's been a lot of people on the Washington federal government gravy train, and they're now getting called back to the office, and they're running for the exits, friends, and they're starting to offload homes. And here's my challenge as I hear myself unpackage this. I want to get to the listing because for me, I love real estate. I work in real estate. I'm a real estate agent. I own real estate. I lived through the 2008 financial crisis, suffered a little of its blowback as a bill-paying adult. I don't regret it now because of what I've learned, but I certainly don't want to go back and do the same thing over expecting a different result. That would be the definition of insanity. And I'm here to try to bring some sanity to what really was an insane, head-spinning real estate bubble, an episode of the Twilight Zone. It was like living in the Wild West, a shootout at the OK Corral trying to do work in real estate. I mean, all of us thought our lives were over. Then we were deemed essential workers, but you had to do property entry advisory disclosure forms and only do one-on-one showings and no open houses to the public. Well, that put way too much upward pressure on the markets. And then when you teased them with these little teaser rate interest rates, well, the forest fire started and they kicked the can too far down the road. The second it exhibited bubble behavior, they should have risen rates. They didn't. I don't know if this was on plan or on purpose, friends. Jump into the comments below and let me know your thoughts. If you're new, get subscribed. Get subscribed right away. There's never been a more important time in history to get centered and surrounded with like-minded people where iron can sharpen iron. A lot of us are seeing this thing coming. Faithful subscribers. I've been doing my best to turn on this camera. Many of you know, and thank you for your prayers. Man, as a believer man myself, this has been really hard. I got really just hit with a bug and it just hadn't really let go. I'm still climbing back from that thing. But so I'm doing my best to continue to serve and protect you and your real estate. And I'll continue to do that as long as I'm capable of it. So keep the prayers coming, please. And I'll do the same for you. But the reality is this. This thing has crash risk written all over it for me personally, and I've lived through a crash before. So this one was actually a bigger bubble than 2008. And I know in 2000, or a lot of people, when I even mentioned 2008, well, no, Scott, this time is different. The last crash was due to ninja loans and subprime mortgages. I'm like, you're right. This time is different. It's worse. Bigger bubble. Bigger blowback. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Overnight appreciation and never seen before highs, market manipulation, unadulterated market manipulation, courtesy of stimulus money, stimulus measures, and stimulus programs all thrown at this thing. Overheated it. And we're dealing with all that blowback, inflationary war, new administration coming in and draining the swamp, so to speak. And people are panicking out there. Panicking. And 20 million people bought in the height of the biggest bubble ever witnessed in human history, and they're going upside down in their houses. Another person, as I just said, that went upside down in their house is no longer worth what they paid. That's the start of a housing downturn. That if it doesn't stop, it turns into the snowball effect and turns into a crash. Insanity, right? These are the waters we're swimming in. And I'm not saying this, and I know most of you know I'm not saying this to scare anybody. Do I lay it on thick? Absolutely, I have to. If I don't entertain, educate, and inform you folks, you're not going to tune in. I'm just giving it to you and giving it to you straight. I own real estate. I work in real estate. I can just afford to run my mouth because I don't rely purely on commissions to pay my bills. I have the freedom to do this. And I don't care if you're buying today, tomorrow, next week, or next year. We can do it and do it safely if you have the right agent willing to put your needs before their own. You want an agent in better shape than their clients. If your agent's in trouble, they're going to tell you whatever you need to hear to get you off the fence and buy or sell or whatever it is. They will fit that narrative. And I'm here to blow the lid off that and bring a little bit of clarity and exposure to that dynamic. And that's what we're going to do. But today, without further ado, let's have a little fun and jump over to a current listing in Washington, D.C. and see how their housing market's doing. Then we'll meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, friends, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors as we head into Washington, D.C. Let's go ahead and bring up today's crash map, courtesy of our good fuzzy friends over at Zillow. Everything on your screen is, in fact, going through the kiss of death. Price reductions chasing the market. Let's go ahead and head over to today's featured listing. Now let's tour today's home, and here we go. Nothing special here. In fact, a little lackluster. Somebody got caught potentially in the lurch as they have a listing that doesn't show well. But to boot, our property is in fact doing what I call sucking air. It doesn't have any owner in it. It doesn't have any tenant in it. This thing needs to get sold. It needs to get sold yesterday. Let's go ahead and dig into its numbers. Today's 3-bedroom, 1-bath, approximately 1,000 square foot home just suffered a $116,000 price cut in one fail swoop and is still sitting on the market stuck at $419,000. That is not a good sign, my friends. Let's go ahead and jump into our property's description and see what they have to say there. What's special? Location, location, location. Rare estate sale in highly sought after Brightwood subdivision, offering incredible renovation potential. Well, that's the understatement of the century. Let's go ahead and read a little further. This 3-bedroom, 1-bath home across 3 levels is in need of full renovation, but has tons of potential. There we go. A little sugarcoating it for sure. Let's go ahead and read a little further and see if we can make some sense of this listing. After repair value of $1 million, are you kidding me? Perfect for investors or buyers looking to create their dream home. Well, there we go again. If it was such a great opportunity, why are we selling it? Why aren't we renovating it and getting that $1 million? Well, I'll tell you why. Because values are dropping like a knife. Let's keep looking. After their mile-long description of trying to sugarcoat it, it ends with all caps, cash offers only, no wholesalers, outstanding tax bills shown on record is incorrect, it's been paid, tour now before it's gone. Wow, sugarcoating it at its best. Let's go ahead and keep digging. If we were silly enough to give them their stuck on the market price of $419,000 for this teardown, which we wouldn't, our approximate cost to carry would be around $2,500 a month for just mortgage service, not to count the amount of money you would have to pour into this property. This thing is going from bad to worse very quickly. Last but not least, we can see they came on the market at $535,000 and just 1 day later slashed the price over $100,000 because this thing has problems written all over it. I'm not sure what to tell you on this one, but I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, and I'm sure that's what they're going to be up against moving forward with this property. All right, friends, welcome back, and there you go. So here's the thing. In DC, if you're buying right now, you're at risk of catching the dreaded falling knife. And real estate values, they're flatlining, and because with that many DC employees now quiet quitting or getting, basically severance pay to leave, they're selling their homes. There's a big rush to market. And all the surrounding, that was just Washington, D.C. In Washington, D.C., I've been to Washington, D.C. It's not an area that I would target as my forever home. Like, if I could live anywhere in the world, I think I'd like to live in Washington. I didn't like it. I was great seeing the site. Great place to visit, the Lincoln Memorial, the Capitol Building, you name it. I mean, there's the White House. It was a lot of fun. The Arlington Cemetery, the changing of the guard, like a lot of fun to visit, a lot of history. But just like every big city right now, because of the crisis, it's turned into an unsafe environment in many areas. And so there's a lot of areas you just stay away from. So unfortunately, we're seeing houses like the one I showed you today. They're in trouble. That house is in trouble. It's not going to sell for what they originally thought it would. And that's part of the challenge I deal with people on a daily basis. Because when I'm dealing with buyers, Scott, I want to kick the tires, shake the trees, and throw offensive offers. If I'm dealing with sellers, Scott, my neighbor sold for X amount, and my house is a better lot, more upgrades. I think I should sell for at least what they sold for. That's the waters I get to navigate, and I'm not sugarcoating it. So I'll tell you, hey, listen, guess what? We can definitely test people with offers, but it's not just there's a little more strategic in that. We got to watch it. How are they stuck on the market, chasing the market, going through price reductions? I got to call them and see, have you guys want to see our offer? This is what it is. We've already rejected offers at that price, Scott. Well, do you want to see it again? Maybe your owner would like to revisit this. You think, well, you're right. Send it. That's the kind of stuff. Or selling. Those times that your neighbor sold in the euphoria. The gravy train's over. Have you noticed what the market's doing? We got tons of inventory. You got to find out who your competition is and beat them. Otherwise, I can't get anybody over to the house. Those are the hard facts that I have to lay on people when I'm dealing with them. And I actually halfway enjoy it, but I'm always as polite as I can be about that, because my job to you is it's special. This is my house. I put blood, sweat, and tears, sweat equity. For me, it's like, how do I get this thing sold? That is my thing. How do I create another happy customer? Because happy customers are repeat customers. And I have a feeling the agent handling the house that we looked at today quite possibly is going to be dealing with an angry customer if they can't get them sold because they didn't give it to them and give it to them straight. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy that wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now, they're shark infested. Washington, D.C., welcome to the swimming pool. Unfortunately, you got a lot of inventory coming on and price reductions are spiking. Houses aren't penciling out, standard amounts down. Today's interest rate, the cost to carry, you're better off renting in a lot of areas. And again, if you're watching today, those are the things I want to help you with. As we're looking at houses, and nobody was doing this during the crisis for the clients, very few, is, hey, just for kicks and giggles, this is your cost to carry this property, your mortgage. Let's check its rent range, because if something, Lord forbid, was to happen to you or your income or a recession or a housing downturn came and you can no longer handle the cost to carry it, a renter goes in and we don't have to lose the house. And better yet, maybe we can even get this thing creating positive cash flow where eventually we can get you to do this again and again and again and become rich in real estate. And that's why I'll be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.